Yo, yo, yo. I'm hoping I lost my train of thought. Oh, I'm hoping I figured out how to subvert those automated ads. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Yo, 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 what up, peeps? It's funny I always forget to do that. No, I keep getting annoyed because, like, I'll start stream and, like, it's like ad starting in 5 minutes. So I keep trying to, like, do my own ad and just, like, not play, like, during that ad so I can control it more. But then, like, so I started streaming yesterday and this recommended, like, an ad, and then, like, it still popped up, like, right after, like, the ad break was over. So this time, I waited until that message popped up, and then I ran the ad, so I don't know if it'll work or not. We'll find out within 5 minutes, basically. We'll try, man. Plan on doing 100 runs a day. I'll do 100 runs of this, and I'll probably do some Seek My Master runs. I only need 5. I love your attitude. We'll see. I've had like, it's weird because like I've had like times like where I'm just like, you know what, I feel good about this run, and I'll get like a die grinder or something like decent, but it's like not, that's not the red box. And plus I've had like deja vu moments of like needing a red box, so like I would kill a mom and be like, oh, I visually imagine like the red box dropping, but then it doesn't drop. That photon drop, like the when I got photon drop by the Del Sabers, I got so caught off guard. Once like, what was that, like 5 days ago? I got a clip of it. There you go. God, these are spicy, man. Your mouth feels like it's on fire. I was trying to like, do the math on the photon drop, but I don't know. Like, there's like I think it's called like DAR, like where like the mom doesn't drop like anything like at all. So I thought, like, I don't know that if it's like 15-25%, and like everything else is like evenly split, then like we're basically on track to get one. If it's 25%, technically we're like a little early, but assuming that Masetta tools, arms, and shield armors are all like an even drop rate, and then like assuming that DAR was 15% or 25%. I don't know enough about drop rates to like know like the actual math. I just got the drop rates from both Stars Google Doc, and then Cloud Tracker has a Google Doc, and like they both have the same numbers. So, from my understanding, a photon drop is 1 in 375, 1 out of 375 to replace a tool. So it has to be a tool that drops, and it's a 1 in 375 chance to replace that. But like Del Sabers, for example, they don't always drop an item. See? No item. But yeah, I think it's like a lot higher than 15-25%. I don't know where I heard that term DAR from, but I've heard it like multiple times now. Maybe. I've only played on like Affinity for like a little while. That's the other thing too. I was told that the numbers on both spreadsheets include the DAR into their calculation. I don't know that for a fact, because I don't dive into game code, but that's what I've been told. Yeah, that's like that's kind of like why I cross-checked it with Cloud Checkers. The only thing I don't like on Cloud Checkers is like Red Ring, for example. He has that listed. Then he had a 0 by it. And I'm just like, wait a second, 0? Like, what does that mean? And he's like, it's a 0% chance drop. And I'm just like, so why is it like on the chart then? And he's like, because it's technically like programmed in the game to drop at like a 0% chance to drop. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that's the issue. But even like on version 3, the red ring is like programmed to drop for falls, and then the parasite flow gene or whatever is programmed to drop from Olga flow. Bro. And again, a 0% drop rate. So I'm like, okay, so it makes sense like why it's on the spreadsheet then, like when they explained it to me. But at the same time, like, I don't think it needs to be on a spreadsheet, you know? And then, yeah, he also had like things like Ultimate Frame, which are technically a rare drop. They're not like a red box. So I was like, F it, you know? Taking these off. Dude, my mouth is on fire for some fucking reason. I don't know why these things are so spicy. Chipotle powder, that's why. And red chili powder. Yep. I have no spice tolerance, man. I've told this story already, but my GI has recommended I stop eating corn and dairy. You know anything about me already? I do not have gluten because I have a mild to severe gluten allergy. So yeah, I've been trying like these like different They're called siete, but yeah, they're something I can actually eat, and they make chips and snacks and stuff like that. And I was like, ooh, they got barbecue chips. I love barbecue. I can't have barbecue much, because barbecue is made with soy sauce, and soy sauce contains gluten. I completely forgot I leveled twice yesterday. And I was like, look at my experience. I was like, holy shit, what? So what's a Del Saber's DAR? Is that possible to find out? If you have an issue and your doctor tells you that you don't have an issue, go to a different doctor. The second doctor tells you don't have anything wrong with you, go to a third doctor. The third doctor tells you you have nothing wrong with you, like you might have nothing wrong with you at that point. It literally took me 3 doctors to find out like I had a gluten allergy, and it was the first one that tested a gluten allergy. It's not like the other ones were just like, no, like we'll test it, and the test came back negative. No, the first one to actually fucking tested it, it came back, and I was like off the normal range for a fucking protein, even though I didn't have gluten for weeks before that. She got the test results back, and she was just like, your levels are slightly abnormal. Have you been having like a lot of gluten recently? And I'm like, no, I've purposely been avoiding gluten for the past 3 weeks. And she's like, oh, you probably have a very severe gluten allergy. I was like, cool. She's like, if your levels are this high and you haven't gluten in the past 3 weeks, then like there's an issue. The problem is like to get like an official diagnosis, because celiac is a it's part of like the I can't think of what it's called now, the National Disability Act, something like that. To get an official diagnosis for that and everything, I'd have to like go through like the celiac testing, which entails purposely eating gluten for like 6 weeks straight. And I don't feel like poisoning myself for 6 weeks straight, because I can't work when I'm fucking sick from gluten. I don't really. They have a lot of soy. I know soy has like estrogen in it, but are you taking what the kids call titty Skittles nowadays? I'm just joking. I shouldn't joke about that. I was like, because some people want high estrogen. You know, if it wasn't for like the increased fat distribution and the you know, the enlarged boobs, estrogen makes your skin softer. So like, what's wrong with that? And like less dry. Yeah, I don't know though. That's definitely something you talk to a doctor about. I know like your thyroid's like fuck like all like your hormones up. Um, but like a thyroid issue that could be like hundreds of different things, you know. Yeah, it kind of blows my mind that people think that people just take estrogen for like a sports advantage, like transition just for a sports advantage. I'm like, do you not realize like how much like that like messes with your body? It's not like, oh, I'm gonna take hormones for 2 years so I can dominate sports and just then go back to normal. It's like no, like that's not how that works. Yop. I've got friends that have transitioned and just all the issues they've talked about. I can't imagine. I don't. The thing that I don't understand like the most about the whole like transitioning thing is like the voice, because I thought like the higher estrogen changed your voice, but then like there's like voice therapy. Yeah, it sounds terrible. I mean, like, it's not just like the hormones either, you know? Like, there's like people who like have like their jawline shaved down. Like, that's gotta be painful as fuck. You know? Like, having a bone shaved. Like, anyone that gets like any plastic surgery at all, like, that's just not. Like, celebrities disappear for like a month when they get plastic surgery, you know? Freaking 2 HP materials already? And that's almost a win. It's the thing, like, I think, like, most. Actually, I don't know how to phrase this. I think some people question it to a degree, but, like, they find out, like, right away. Like, Do I have dysmorphia because I am overweight and not muscular or skinny like I want to be, or I'm shorter than I want to be, or taller than I want to be, etc., etc.? Or do I have like dysphoria because like, you know, I want to be like the opposite um, gender, whatever. And it's like weird because like I was like looking at this for a while, and one of the things that people tell you to do is to like roleplay as a girl, like on an online game. And if you know anything about me, I've mostly played female characters, hence Uniworld. And because of this, you know, people will often say like she, her, like when referring to your character. And I've never taken offense to it, but I never got like the glee that people describe from it either. And then same thing like the opposite way, like obviously like I have a very masculine voice and I have a very masculine appearance, so when people, you know, say him or he, if you're referring to me, again, I don't take offense to it. I don't get glee out of it. It's just like neutral. So I don't know what the fuck any of that says. This just popped off. Yeah, and it's just I don't. That's the thing too. Is like I'm like, have I already been in a condition to like just you're playing a girl character, you're a she, like in the game, you know, or like I don't know. So I'm just like, this isn't helping at all. But I say this because like there's a lot of people I know because like I said I do have transgender friends, and they're like, no, like the first time someone like you know recognized me as a girl, like I almost cried, or you know the first time like I you know like months into my estrogen, like I finally like started like seeing feminine features, and I was like elated, you know. So I think people who have like I say this all to say like I don't think I have dysphoria because like the people who have dysphoria like they like it's way obvious to them. Like in your sister's case, like it seems very obvious like that she had dysphoria. I don't know. I am like of like the opinion though like a lot of like the gender norms that we have are just absolutely stupid as hell. Like if you know anything about me like in real life, I very much like lighter colors, like pastel colors. So you know like my favorite color is red. The pastel of red is pink. I also like you know sky blue, teal, like all the Easter colors. I like those colors. And again, traditionally not really masculine like brighter colors. It's like what a stupid thing to like gender stereotype, you know, a color of all things. It could just be like a gender fluidity thing too, you know, gender fluid, gender queer, non-binary. I didn't know bi-gender was a thing. I've never heard that term before, but I mean, it makes sense. I don't know. I just hate like a lot of the political discourse of like vilifying anyone like on the LGBTQ plus spectrum. I hate it. Most of those people have like gone through like so much trauma like in their life, like they don't need more. Fair enough. Yeah. No, yeah, completely. And like, it's existed for so long, like throughout history and everything. It just seems like weird that it keeps like getting brought up over and over. I mean, people still like refute like Achilles being bisexual, you know? Or pansexual, or whatever he was. I think a lot of it's like selfishness too. Achilles famously, he had lovers of both sides. You know, like obviously this is like years and years back, so like all they have is like like writings and stuff like that. They don't have like any like actual documentation, but like the way he writes like to male quote unquote friends is not how other people in that time period would write to their friends. Then like like the Spartans used to believe that if you had like a lover on the field, he'd be like willing to fight harder to protect them and to return to them, So they encouraged it, like in their army. My point is, like, all throughout history, it's like it's existed in various forms. But yeah, I think like a lot of like the hate on it is like selfishness, because like a straight white guy will see like a attractive girl, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm gay" or whatever, and like he'll take offense to that because like he's attracted to that girl, and he's just like, "I want that girl" or whatever, I want to date her, I want to have sex with her, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like selfishness, or like he might see like an attractive girl and like they're not dressing completely in femme, like they're, they have shorter hair or like they're just like wearing a t-shirt and like shorts or something, like not dressing like the way like a traditional housewife would, like when they ideally would dress in their mind. So they like upset about that too, So I think that's like where like a lot of it comes from, like that hate of the whole LGBTQ thing. Or people parroting people that they look up to for whatever reason. Like if I was like the biggest Sega fan, and Sega's like, hey, we don't want same-sex relationships in our video games. And if I was young and impressionable, I might think differently of that. Not saying any of this is right, obviously, but a lot of hate is learned. It's not something you're born with. It's a wild world out there, that's all I know, man. Yeah, it's a wild world out there. It sucks too. Like I work as a truck driver, and it is 90% of truck drivers you run into are like the stereotypical like people. I don't know, like this. But you do run into like a lot, later. One of the guys that trained me was like an anarchist, in like the literal sense. Like he basically hated like all forms of government. It makes dating confusing too, because like obviously like, I'm like more like well informed like as the years go on and everything, but like I remember the first time I saw like the Z slash Zay, like the XE slash XHEY or whatever it is. I was like super confused. But I was like never like, like derogatory towards them. I was just like curious more than anything. That's funny. Yeah, I see it every once in a while, like on like Bumble or Tinder or whatever. Because like as someone like not connected to like the youth anymore, like a lot of that was like it's like delayed. So like obviously like I know like he, him, she, her, and they, them, but like then there was like I think like 4 or 5 others that Bumble had the option for. like to think of myself like the opposite of a boomer. And like what I mean by that is like a lot of boomers, like they blame like the younger generation like on a lot of things, like saying like they're like lazy or entitled or whatever. I kind of think it's like the opposite, like where like the younger generations like typically like know better than I do, mostly about like socio-political issues. So like I tend to take like what they say like more importantly than like what older generations take. Like when that like whole like Israel Palestine thing happened, like my first instinct is I have Jewish blood in me, so like I'm just like okay, like what has happened to my like Israeli people, because like that's like part of my bloodline technically. And then like my cousin on the other side of the family was sitting there posting all this stuff about like how the Israeli people were like mistreating like the Palestinian people, and like I learned like a lot of that like through her, and like I instantly like not instantly but very shortly changed my mind. Yeah, exactly. Like, and my whole thing is like, you know, it's like parents. You know, like when you have a kid, like you want to like treat that kid better than you would treat a growing up. So my mind is like, just because I went through something, it doesn't mean like the younger generation should go through that same thing. It should be better and better and better, like for future generations, not like the same or worse. You know, like that doesn't make any sense. Like the old people who are like, I paid for college while working a minimum wage job. And it's just like, okay, and yeah, I'm just glad that like I haven't had kind of deal with like the comfort and privilege as much. It's more comfort of their time. Like my parents and everything, like well, my dad like never went to college, but my mom went to college and dropped out. And yeah, she's like she 100% would have paid for my college if she could afford it. And then my dad was like, you know, under the impression I shouldn't go to college, which I mean, he didn't go to college, you know, so that's what he thinks is like the best. Yeah, no, it does. And like, I don't know. I kind of wish I took it would have taken it more seriously, even if like the degree like didn't mean anything. You know, like if I never used a degree, I'd still like want the degree. You know, and I never got it, so it came too easy to me, and I didn't take it seriously because of it. And now it's just like I keep thinking about going back to school, and now I've lost a dozen years of experience to like the people who like went to school like when I originally went to school. You know, I don't know. Certain fields like you should definitely go to college for, but like other fields, it's like you can go to trade school or like learn as you go. Oh man, my mouth is no longer on fire. A lot of people like meet partners or whatever, like in college too, and I never got that luxury. All my partners have been. Can we wait on? When were you thinking, Kite? Because I have no problem waiting. It's just you thinking about like waiting like a whole week or like waiting like a couple days? Okay. Alrighty. Works for me. I'll be here. Yeah, I wholly wish like I would have started like my current profession like when I was like younger. Cause like man, there's people who I started like when I was 34, 33, somewhere in there. I can't remember. And there's people who started like when they were 20, 21, 22-ish. And it's just like, man, like I wish like those guys gotta have it comfy now, like the seniority wise and everything. And like let alone like making more money than like I used to make like when my first two jobs. I was more so thinking about going to back to college personally. Um I've I've always like had like an issue like in school doing like subjects that I'm like good at, like so like any like math subject like type subject. I've always just like slacked off because it comes easy to me. So I kept thinking like if I went to like a more like a biology based subject, it'd be like a lot more challenging for me, and therefore like I'd be like more attentive to it. I don't know. So I kept thinking of going back to school to try to be like an operating room nurse. I always thought that'd be cool. I don't want like the responsibility of like the surgeon or anything like that, or like the amount of school that the surgeon has to go to school for. You know. Those guys have to go to school for like 11 plus years. And it's just, that's a lot. I don't know. Plus, like, I'm like a person that like looks at like a lot of like negatives too. Like, for the longest time, I wanted to be a vet. Until you realize like how many animals a vet has to put to sleep every single week. And I'm just like, I could not do that. And then of course, like, you know, the main history with like, or the main problem with any healthcare industry is you have to like worry about like the health insurance industry. So it's just like, I don't know if I want to deal with that, but I just feel like if you're like an ER nurse or like an OR nurse, like you're doing stuff that's helping people, you know? And like, yeah, I mean, like, obviously you're gonna deal with like, you know, coming up short sometimes and everything like that, which would suck, but like the blood and stuff like never really got to me. Like, I used to watch like surgeries growing up on the Health Channel, like way back in the day. And I was like, thought it was like cool, like how like I don't know, like how they fix stuff. And I couldn't be like an actual like nurse because like I can't deal with like poo. Like that's like my limit. Like I don't want to deal with like helping people go to the bathroom or changing their bedpan or changing a diaper or whatever. Like I'm good. That's nope. Can't do it. I don't know how possible it is, but I always thought it would like if you like do like follow someone around that does like a job that you're interested in, you know? Like if a guy like want to become like a truck driver, they could like, you know, ride with a truck driver for a day or something. Or like if a guy like wanted to be like a police officer, they could ride with it. Well, I think police officers do ride-alongs, and so do firefighters for that matter. Yeah, job shadows, right? I don't think that exists for like most professions, though. You know, 'cause they don't want you to like touch anything and fuck it up. Like you imagine like, you know, like you're trying to be like one of those people that climbs like telephone wires or whatever, um, telephone towers or solid towers, like to fix those. And like you're just like, I want to shadow this guy, and then like he like falls or something, or like an electrician and he like electrocutes himself. I can see like why it doesn't happen, but I think that'd be awesome if you could. Or like if you're like a film buff and you want to become like a director, you could like shadow a director or something. I don't know. Right, but I'm saying like you're not asked to do anything, but like you're gonna get like a dumbass every once in a while that sits there and touches stuff or like gets in the way or something, you know? I mean, are they fine though? I have a friend that did OSHA. She was like an OSHA correspondent. And she went to go work for Amazon, and she was telling me about a guy who got hit like in the stomach so hard that he shit himself, and then another guy who had his like leg crushed off by a forklift. So, to give you an idea, I worked at a warehouse for 5 years prior of hearing of this, like not of Amazon, and we had 0 accidents, like where people like, you know, other than cuts, you know, because we use box cutters, so people would, you know, nick their finger or whatever, nick their hand every once in a while, but nothing that required stitches ever. I get what you're saying, though. So you're saying if I contact the hospital and be like, yo, let me shadow, like, an ER or an OR nurse, like, they'd let me? Plus, I think I'd be kind of bummed out about... I don't like the uniform they have to wear. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See? See? Fucking HIPAA. I do know that, like, my job, like, I shadowed people, like, the first week I was there. But, like, I was, like, already, like, onboarded and stuff, you know? And a lot of that was just basically, like, those guys trying to, you know, show you, like, what to expect and everything. I still think that driver I rode with, like, that first day, man, out of all the drivers I've, like, ridden with, he was, like, the best one, because... like, he's like a city delivery driver, and I live in Columbus, and don't get me wrong, Columbus isn't nearly as bad as, like, New York City, I'm sure, or, like, New Jersey, or, like, Pennsylvania, but, like, some of those, like, situations that, like, he got himself into and got himself out of, I'd be, like, having a panic attack. Right, but I imagine, like, they're, like, already students at that point for, like, a year or two. At least. Like, they have, like, a general, like, understanding, and they've done, I don't know if you've, like, ever, like, heard about, like, EMT training, for example, but, like, when you go, like, to, like, become, like, an EMT, they have you, like, watch this video, which is basically, like, a shock video. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like it's things that you would see at a fatal accident, because like that's like what like an EMT is going to deal with, you know. But it's like I'm sure like that's like the main thing like they get worried about, like having like a random civilian, like they don't want like a random civilian to go into like a operating room, see them cut open like a stomach or something, and then like that civilian just blows chunks all over the place, you know? Like Or faints because of blood. I had a buddy that used to faint anytime he saw blood. I made a coworker throw up once from showing him a wound. I stepped on a broken beer bottle on one drunken night when we were swimming after the bar, and I was like cleaning up the beer bottles, and there was like a hole in the bottom, like the garbage bag, I guess. I say I guess. I was like shit-faced drunk still. So like it falls out of the garbage bag and then breaks, and then I step on it like all within like a second. And yeah, I cut like the side of my foot, um, basically all the way down or all the way around at a angle towards my body, and like all the way to like the muscle around the bone. So like it was like I basically like just like put butterfly bandages on it and wrapped it up, because if you know anything about like stitches, like you can't stitch dead tissue because it's just gonna rip. And yeah, I was like cleaning it at work because you have to change those bandages so often. Because I was like sitting there like walking around, and you know, it's sitting there bleeding. You have to change it out every once in a while because you don't want to like bleed through the bandages like into your shoe and everything. So I was like switching it out, and this guy goes, he's like, "Oh, you probably barely cut yourself. I'm like, want to see it?" And he was like, "Okay, sure." And so I show him, and he's like, "Oh, that's not that bad." And then I pulled it back so he could see down into the wound, and he's like, "Oh man, that's fucked up." And like, he's like sitting there like stumbling backwards, and then like starts throwing up like into the trash can that's like 5 feet away. And yeah, it was really bad. I tried calling off work, and then I was told that, and I quote, that they heard about what my drunken dumbass did last night, and that they're like, if you want to call off, then it's going to be attendance point, and I didn't have any attendance points to spare, so I can't. I took a couple of Vicodin that I had because I had a root canal like not too long like prior to that, so I had Vicodin left over, so I took a couple of those and worked on it for all of like 5 hours. And yeah, it was slow. They could have definitely like not had me working, so. You can still see that scar to this day, by the way, and that was 15 years ago. It's got like an indent like there because it never healed properly. And then like if it ever gets cold, it turns like purple. It's really cool looking. And then I went to the doctor like after that shift. And he's like, "No, you did the right thing." He's like, "You know, you could have stapled it, but," he's like, "I always recommend not stapling wounds unless, you know, it's required, but," he's like, "You know, liquid skin, glue it closed, butterfly bandages, wrap it, keep it clean." He's like, if it would have went like a little bit deeper, it probably would have been a little bit of an issue, but yeah. I don't like feet, man. Feet weird me out. I've told this story before, but like back in the day, you know, Starve was streaming all the time, and he rated C. Carl Blobadine. And I'm sure Carl's like a great person and everything, but he had this foot cam, and like feet, like it's like almost like a phobia of mine for whatever reason. And don't get me wrong, this is on me. Um, but yeah, like ever since then, like I've tried stopping Carl's stream since then, and like all I can fucking think is that foot cam, and like I was like, I can't do this. I'm sorry, Carl, but I can't watch you. I can't watch you play PSO, even though I love PSO, and I'm sure you're a good person. Yeah, see, everyone's got something that like just inexplicably weirds them out, you know? And don't get me wrong, like I don't even like a girl in heels, like yeah, like go for it. I just don't understand the whole like foot infatuation thing. I wish I was a cat, then my infatuation with cat girls wouldn't be so weird. I think it's Jim Gaffigan, by the way, that says like the Asian thing. I think I wish I was Asian. That way, my infatuation with Asian women wouldn't be considered so weird. I no, I can't. They're still feet, man. They still sit there and carry around 100 to 300 pounds. You sit there and walk thousands and thousands of miles throughout your lifetime and all sorts of different materials, and then it's constantly rubbing in socks and shoes, and I can't do it, man. So I had like an ex-girlfriend that like she was like completely in awe that I never had like a manicure like ever in my life. And yeah, so like we ended up like getting like a manicure and everything, and like we ended up getting a pedicure as well, and I was like it's like literally the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life. I was like, I don't like this. I do not like this. I'm like, don't get me wrong, it feels great like when they're like rubbing like your foot and like leg and everything, but man, I did not like someone giving that much attention to my feet. I was like sitting there like telling her afterwards, I'm like, look, I will give you feet massages. I know girls like love those. I do not mind that. But I will never in my life like suck on a toe or like lick a foot or kiss a foot or anything like that. Like it is no. And people say there's nothing good out of AI art. Viren was awoken. I do think like cat girls do have like cuter ears than like normal girls, but like the whole tail thing like weirds me out. Not only that, it's like you have like, what do they have, like special pants or something? Or is it just like smushed up, like, cause like, you know, a tail like comes from the tailbone, right? So like, either you have like pants that like go like lower than the tailbone, which means like, you know, you got like a little plumber's crack going on, or like you have like a hole in your pants, so the tail can come out of the hole in the pants. Like that's like the only two solutions, right? Because yeah, you know, humans have tailbones. Like there's a spot for a tail to exist, and like there are like genetic anomalies like where that tailbone protrudes like longer than it's supposed to. But like, and plus, if you don't know anything about tails for animals, it's basically an extension of, like the spinal cord, and they're very vulnerable. You know. The longest time I used to mess with my cat, be like, "Give me that tail," and I like pet his tail, and he like get like all mad at me and everything. And then like, you know, after a while, like, he like realized I was just like messing with him, and then like so like now like I was like, I'll touch his like butt feathers and they'll get like super pissed off at me. See, that's what I'm saying though. Like, you get like weirded out by biology. I just feel like it's like a field that like if it doesn't like weird you out or something like that, like it's probably a good field like to go into, you know? I mean, that's pretty like par for the course, Kite. Like Guild Wars 2, you get like items that you can like boost you to a certain like level, or it gives you like experience or whatever, like for like events or you know, from the cash shop or whatever. It's pretty normal. I need a new computer chair, man. This thing hurts my back. Can you imagine, like, you go to a freaking doctor, and you're just like, yo, doc, I have this, like, bump, like, on, you know, on me that I don't think is normal. And the doctor's like, oh, okay, sure, let me see it. And you show him, and you're like, ew, that's so gross. Just like, yeah. That'd be like fucking hilarious. That's a story you'd sit there and tell your grandkids. Like, yeah, this one time I had this bump on my arm, and the doctor was so grossed out by it. I've got like a friend that's mute. She doesn't like she can't like talk at all, and she was like talking about becoming a nurse for like a while. And I'm just like, I'm pretty sure you can be a nurse. Like, I don't like you just like have to have like one that like understands sign language, like right, like a doctor. And plus, like, you know, like there's like deaf patients out there, so like, you know, they communicate through sign language. She's like so convinced because of her disability she couldn't become a nurse. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like... Definitely something she could have done if she wanted to. I'm sure it's like more limited, but... Yeah, I mean, she works she works like in an office right now. She's like like some sort of accountant or something like that. She's got like a bachelor's of accounting. I'm pretty sure she makes pretty good money. So it's not like, I mean, she's doing well for herself and everything. You said it was a private server, didn't you, Kai? They probably just did that because, like, the private server thing. Because if they start, like, accepting, like, money and everything for their cash shop, then, like, they, you know, like, they get, like, investigated from, like, you know, whoever, like, owns, like, that game or whatever. Like, they're more likely to take, like, legal action against them. Because they're stealing, like, money away from them, you know? And so it's a pretty common thing for private servers to do that for like games that have like cash shops. They just turn it like they basically make it so there's a way to get that premium currency in the game. And sometimes it's like a login bonus. Sometimes it's like they make everything like in the cash shop free. I don't know if you've ever heard the game Marvel Heroes Omega, but there's a private server in development for that, and like they've talked about that, like how they're not gonna. So like everything in the cash shop you'll be able to earn in game. They haven't like really specifics or anything like that, but yeah, that's typically why though. Yeah. Yep. Doesn't surprise me. If that Marvel Heroes Omega server private server ever launches, I'm telling you right now, I'm 100% playing that. So and I'm not stopping until I get my White Phoenix of the Crown Jean Grey costume again. If you know anything about that game, it came out like I can't remember like when exactly, but they kept like remaking it because like they were like trying to like port it to consoles, and they ported it to consoles, and like within like a year, like the CEO got like some like hot water shit, and yeah. But like I played that game like when it first came out because like one of the first playable characters was Jean Grey, and like I'm a huge fan of Jean Grey. And yeah, I got like a very rare drop of one of her costumes. Yeah, the whole Windows, I can't think what, 11 nonsense. It's getting really out of hand. I hate like the fact that like if you like type in like in your search bar nowadays, it's like, oh, searching with Cortana, and it's just like, the worst thing I think was like if you ever type in like dxdiag, until you type in like the full word, it won't bring up like the DX diagnostics anymore. And it's just like that shouldn't be the case. And plus, like, I mean, just like opening up like the start and seeing like stuff that like Microsoft 365 I've never used, Pixar Pro version. Like, why is this stuff popping up? Or the worst is like OneDrive, where it kept like asking to sign into OneDrive, and it's just like, I don't want to sign into OneDrive. I don't use OneDrive. I don't have an account for OneDrive. Like, why do you want me to sign into OneDrive? But you'd like go to like save something on your desktop, and it'd be like, sign into OneDrive. It's just like, Bill Gates would be rolling in his grave right now if he knew what was going on. But Bill Gates is still alive. Okay, if Bill Gates was alive, then Windows like wouldn't be this nonsense. I've talked about this like ad nauseum, but like the whole fucking corporate infatuation with like shoving ads down your throat in every possible orifice. It's like I wish there were government regulations on it at this point because it's getting that out of hand. Like if you buy something like at full value, it should be illegal for you to be served ads through that thing. Like TVs are the worst offender of this. You buy a new Samsung TV, guess what? Ads. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like, fucking, you buy a operating system, there should be zero ads on that thing. You bought it. It's yours. The other thing that kills me is like, you know, we have like cookies and shit that track like what you're doing on the internet. They know what I bought already. So why do I get ads for things I bought? It makes zero sense. I've already bought it. You've already won. Leave me alone. I mean, like the whole thing that kills me about like advertisements is like there's been like study and study after, like done on advertisements that it's basically psychological manipulation. Like any way you look at it, it's appealing to your like your hierarchy of needs, or it's like literally like ingrained in your memory by repetition. An advertisement is more effective if you don't pay attention to it. I hate it, man. I mean, that's like the other thing too. Is like you have government workers that are sitting there basically telling you that it's like if you're on a computer and you don't have like an ad blocker, like you're doing something wrong. And then you have like companies like Twitch who like basically circumvent like your experience if you use an ad blocker, or like YouTube. YouTube has like gone on record saying that they'll make the user experience worse if they detect you using an ad blocker. Shit kills me. If I ever like had my own country and like there's like we had like the ability to like be like a utopia, you know, like people didn't have like, you know, the requirement to like sell their body for like labor, you know, that'd be like one of the things I'd fix. I'd just make advertising illegal. You want your product to like, you know, to reach different people, to different consumers. Make a better product and have like word of mouth be a thing, you know. Like I talk about products that I enjoy and like every single day of my life because like, you know, like they're good products. Oh, someone passed out at the old folks home next to me. Search sirens. Like these Siete chips, man, I will recommend those for like a long time, man. Gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, grain-free. And they're pretty good. Pretty tasty. And they're not absurdly expensive like Quest chips are. Quest chips taste alright, but man, those things expensive. It's like fucking $9 for a bag the size of a $4 bag of Siete chips. Figure that one out. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. That was me dropping my phone. That's good. I have like a NVIDIA broadcast on my mic, so it's like supposed to like not allow stuff like that to go through. But like it's weird because like I'll like look at like VODs of like me getting like rare drops, and like I'll hear my mouse clicking, and it drives me up the fucking wall. So I'm like, why would it not fucking remove the mouse clicking? I don't mind the mouse clicking. I just don't want my keyboard to really. I don't want my keyboard to go through constantly because I have like a fucking loud as hell like Razer Black Widow 2014. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you guys that we passed the parity point yesterday at some point. I didn't realize it at the time. Um, so yeah, we're well past the parity point now, which means like technically we're in the points like we should have had it drop. Well, should quote unquote. Um, we're less likely to not have it right now than we are like likely to have it by now, if that makes sense. It's like once it got to the parity, I can't remember the exact probabilities, but it's like 56% chance to have it. Like once you hit the parity point in this situation, 1 in 5,851. And like I said, like I'm not to the point to where I don't think like the item exists or anything like that. I'll be honest though, yesterday I looked up to make sure this is a rare item because, like, long story short, I watched the clip of me getting it in version 1, and it is a green box in version 1. And I know for a fact that the Grass Assassin's Arms and Duma's Claw, I think they're called, are both red boxes. I know that for a fact. I've gotten like multiples of each of those. The thing that I was like concerned about was that this was a green box. For whatever reason, I'm just like, maybe it's a green box. So I like looked this up, like, because what if that was a fucking Bellsaber's right arm? So that's the point where my mental state is from this. Yeah. And plus, like, part of the thing that, like, exacerbated that, there's on, I think it's on both spreadsheets. I think it's on Star's spreadsheet and Cloud Trekker's spreadsheet. But they have, like, blueberry, yellowberry, or redberry, which, I assumed that they were red boxes as well. But then I got one to drop, and it's not a red box. It is a green box, or blue box, but it has like a full capital letters name, like it's a rare, so. Yeah. Yeah, that's what PSO World has. But yeah, I looked that up, and there was like other items too, like, I brought this up too, but like Ultimate Frame, that's listed as a rare, and that's what I get for not paying attention on one of the spreadsheets. So. Oh man. I thought about that too because like I can't remember if like it's like Blue Merge. I can't remember if Blue Merge or whatever it is. No, that's not it. The Start Amplifier, for whatever reason, that one is a red box, but that's not part of like Amplifier, like of Zonde or whatever. It's not the same thing. But there's like one of the items I think is like that, like where it just boosts a specific set of spells, and that one's a red box. But it's like you have to like merge it. Oh man. I need if I can turn up the, or turn down the AC. I don't know how to phrase that. It's a little chilly in here. You know, 50 runs seems like a good spot to take a quick little break, so I think I'm gonna do that after this run. Yeah, there it is. 50 runs. I'll be back. I'm back, by the way. You didn't miss anything, just loading screens. On that stream manager thing, like you have like the option like to run like a minute long ad, a 2 minute long ad, or a 3 minute long ad. But the problem is like if you add like all those options to like to your stream manager deck, like it puts them out of order and like it bothers the shit out of me. Like why is it not 1 minute long, 2 minute long, then 3 minute long? Instead it's 2 minute long, 1 minute long, 3 minute long. And I'm just like, so I removed the 2 minute one long, so that way it's like in order, you know, it's 1 minute or 3 minute. And also, like the longer ad I run, like when I'm AFK, like the longer like the pre-rolls gets turned off, so like if someone comes to stream, like they're not gonna get bombarded with an ad right away. Also, I'm AFK anyway, so it's not like you're missing anything. Also, there are, you know, other ways to not have ads. You know, Twitch Prime, Twitch subscription, Twitch Turbo. Other ways that I can't talk about. But yeah. If I had the option to not have ads like at all on my stream, I would. You know, Veer, you did say 5. Maybe you like forgot like the second digit. Maybe that's what happened. See, you should not you shouldn't have said anything because you could have had 50 through 59. You know, like, oh yeah, that's definitely what I meant. I meant in the 50s. I'm actually going kind of slow today. Hopefully, cheese me through time. Dude, look at this! Like, almost every single mob dropped an item. That's crazy. Hey man, sometimes it does feel good to see just the red box in general. Even if it is a photon drop. And honestly, like that time that like I saw like the photon drop from the Del Saber, that's I was pretty fucking hyped then. Until my dreams were shattered, so. Mm-hmm. You know, I was waiting for it though, because we got lucky on Musashi and Yamato and Asuka. There's only so much like luck you can get, you know. Thanks, Ios. I appreciate that, man. That somehow does not make me feel better. Nah, actually kind of does. Means we're getting close, right? I think that was like when we got that second HP materials as run 5. So my power might go out, by the way. It is storming roughly outside. If I get disconnected. Materials in general are like from this run or what? I'll be honest, I don't check the boxes on this run. Unless they spawn, like, on top of me. I do know I need, like... No, I'm capped out on my materials now. And I need, like, a bunch more, Oh. I don't know, fucking 100? It's been a lot, quite frankly. Sorry, Viren, you lose. You lose! Good day, sir! So I play this like idle game on my phone called The Tower, and I have a task to change my skin for my tower. The problem is I only have one skin unlocked. Like, that's kind of mean. I do have Master Blaze on. Which don't look like they give you HP. So there you go, 56 HP mats. To match my 56 runs. For whatever reason, I thought they were 5 to all stats. You're forgetting about my Dragon HP plus 99 that I have in the bank. That's a joke, by the way. I have been farming for a god HP with not very much luck. I've gotten like 19 ball op kills now. Look, I'll take bad luck for this, and bad luck for the god HP. Just give me good luck for the secure feat, for the Redria card, and for Psycho Wand. That's all I ask for. Every once in a while, I do get like weirded out, like when they don't drop an item. I think like I'm like out of like draw distance, but like in the middle of the room, the whole room's the draw distance. I have to like reaffirm myself about that. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the item, and just to mess with people, we're gonna leave the text on the screen, and then we're gonna farm the rest of the items in the ruins, like the hard ruins and the very hard ruins. So people just think I'm like solely in like the normal ruins this whole fucking time for like. And every once in a while, like in the future, I'm just gonna like do like random runs in the ruins that put the text back on the screen. They'll be like, dude, it's a fucking year later and you're still doing these fucking runs? Yeah, bro. I think the storm passed. It still looks a little dark outside, but it's not storming as hard anymore. It's supposed to storm like all this week. Oh, no, now it's just saying tomorrow. Oh well. Oh. You guys excited for the European Cup to start tomorrow? Evacuations underway due to potential dam failure in Nashville, Illinois. Holy shit. It's so funny. My one of my cousins got married, and her sister, another cousin of mine, wasn't at the wedding. I certainly told my mom that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure them two still hate each other, man. And she's like, it's been years. I'm like, yeah. Like, no, I'm pretty sure those two still hate each other. Oh, man. Thank God it's Friday, right? That's a joke, but it also is my Friday, so... Although, I haven't gotten confirmation from it yet, but it sounds like I'm gonna have to start working 5 days a week again. Not too happy about it. I think if that happens, though, I'm gonna, like, start, like, trying to go in early. So I can get home earlier. I think it'll cut, like, some time off my day and not having to deal with, like that 4 p.m. traffic that I deal with, like, towards the end of my day. It's not really, like, the traffic that bothers me, like, the extra time spent and everything. It's just, like, it's... like, how, like, reckless people drive. It scares me. I had this guy, like, literally, like, cut me off, like, where there was, like, 2 feet in front of my car to his car, like, on the way home today. And, like, whatever. Like, I just, like, back off, like, quite a bit, you know? And then, like, shortly after, like, I had a, like, my exit was coming up. And so I get like in the middle lane, and like his lane slows down, and the middle lane like starts going faster, and like he sees that as like an opportunity to get behind me. I'm like, dude, I don't want you on my ass. So I get over again, and he gets over again, and I'm just like, bro, like, I'm not. I'm like trying to get away from you, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, like he's a solo driver, and I'm a solo driver, like, but it's the same. It's the same point. Like, it's like literally like just a day, like on the way up, because I drive from Columbus to Toledo. There was an 8-car accident, and like you like look at it, and it's just like it's 8 cars, bumper to tail, you know, like they all rear-ended each other. And I don't know if it was like one guy like rear-ended like, you know, one guy and pushed him like into the next guy, etc., etc. But there was literally 8 cars all like rear-ended, and I was like, stop fucking tailgating, dumbass. It's like, if people like understood like how like little time they save by going like 60 versus 65, like I think it like changed their perspective a little bit. But like they're so focused on being like, no, I gotta go fucking 65. The speed limit's 65, I gotta go 65 or like 70 or whatever like arbitrary number they have in their head. Like I have to go that speed. Shit kills me, man. I drive for a living, so it's just like I see it all, you know? Yeah, and people like don't understand like that the limit is like a it's supposed to be like a limit. It's not like, hey, this is like the, you know, you should be going faster than this. Like this is like 5 over, you know, like or 10 over, or 8 over, like again, like whatever arbitrary number they choose, like it's supposed to be like that is like the absolute top you're supposed to go. There's no bottom for a reason. Like I said, like people just get this like idea in their mind that they're losing 15 minutes because they're going 2 miles an hour faster, which is not the case. The shit that kills me, man, like we have like little like systems like in the trucks, so we can tell like how fast cars are going and like how much space is between the car and like you. A lot of people will sit there and like get over, and like part of the car is in your lane within like 0.5 seconds. It blows my mind. My mom's like I used to like sit there and tell her like every time like I almost got in like an accident or like avoided like an accident or something like that, and she's like, "Why do you do that like anymore?" So like, it used to be like a you know, a daily everyday conversation. I'm like, because it happens so often. Like I'm basically sitting there telling the same story over and over and over. Like there were literally 2 times a day that like if I didn't react quick enough, there would have been accidents. And the funny thing is, like an accident involving a truck that's a fatality, 99% chance that fatality is not the truck. The 1% is typically a rollover. Like you're not putting my life at risk, you know? Like you're putting yours at risk like by being stupid like that. Problem is like some people see it as a payday though, you know? It's funny too, because like people are like when like sometimes like I'll talk to someone and they'll be like, I'll tell them like I'm a truck driver, and they'll be like we need a better rail system. You know, there wouldn't be as many trucks on the road if we had a better rail system. As if like I'm like gonna be offended by that. Like no, like I want more like rail system. I want less trucks on the road. By the way, guess what I do? I take rail from the rail yard back to a terminal. So it's not like, you know, I still have my job. And people are like, you wouldn't get it, but like, I should be able to work from home. I'm like, no, I want you to work from home because that means less traffic for me to deal with. Like people say this shit like it's a gotcha or something like that. Like, no, like I worked on the tail end of COVID, like when, you know, like everyone's like getting back to work and everything, and like the difference of traffic back then, and this isn't even peak COVID, you know, this is tail end compared to now. Like I swear there's like half the cars on the road, and like I talked to, you know, different guys who like were working during like the COVID days, and they said it was like the easiest time of their life. They said there was like a tenth of the cars on the road back then. He's like, the only thing that would suck is like, you know, you spend an extra 5 minutes every single day. You get in the truck, wipe it down, spray some sanitizer, and before you get out of the truck at the end of the day, you wipe it down and spray some sanitizer. He's like, that was the only thing that sucked about it. I wish I was driving back then, man. Back in COVID days, man, sometimes I just get on the road and drive. Just because just to feel free again, you know? Like I can go anywhere I want to go right now. Can't really do much when I get there, but I can go anywhere. I still think those months were great. Like for me, I was just at home getting paid by the government, like extra money on top of unemployment. My unemployment got extended because of it. And I wasn't like one of those people that was like anti-vax or crazy conspiracy theories, so I got like vax and all that stuff and didn't think anything of it. I got like a little sick from the vaccine or whatever, but nothing like bad. Luckily I didn't have like anyone close to me get very sick from it. I had a couple old classmates that got sick from it, but and then of course like years later, like 6 months ago, my stepdad passed out because he had COVID and his O2 got too low, like fell over. And given his age, they thought it was a heart attack before they thought it was COVID. And then, yeah, no, it was COVID. His oxygen level was too low and not enough blood going through. And he's fine. He's in the hospital for like all of an hour. I remember, I've never been like a huge Animal Crossing fan, But I remember Animal Crossing came out back in COVID days, man, and it was like it was like an event back then, you know? Because it's just like this like it's back like when like people want like normalcy back in their life, and like Animal Crossing weirdly gave them that. It's like you wake up, you check in with like all your neighbors and everything. You go fish and sell the fish, and it's like almost like a job or whatever. And it was like chill, it's escapism. And it was like that one of the highest selling games of that year, just because the time it came out and the type of game it was. Then of course, like you know, disc golf, professional disc golf, it's it slowed down until it stopped for a while, then it came back up sooner than most sports did. So I still even had disc golf to watch, you know. It's, we've done a nice amount of runs today. Get it? 69, nice. Yeah, I don't think I can change my whatever. Come on. I love all the conspiracy theories I keep seeing about the whole Trump thing, man. I don't know if it's just like my friend circle, but I swear like anything happens and I will instantly see like a dozen variations of conspiracy theories. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing, though, is, like, you know, theoretically, like, some of them can come true, but, like, not all of them can come true, you know? Like, a lot of them contradict each other. Oh, yeah. It is typically the same people, like, over and over that talk about conspiracy theories and keep posting about them. I don't know, some people think, like, it's a conspiracy theory to say that aliens exist, but I thoroughly believe they exist in some iteration. I mean, Elon Musk believes in simulation theory. That's like one of like a dozen different theories of like how like the universe exists. Whoosh money. Add to pack. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about like the whole like universe beginning thing. I was like the quote from Watchmen, where it's just like, if only you could see time as I do, always has been, always will be, or whatever. I love Watchmen. It's like one of my favorite movies. Blue box, boo! Give me red box. No box. 23 more runs? Elon Musk is a... What a trip, man. Elon Musk has proved to me that, like, if you love something and you have money, don't buy it. You know? A lot of people have like that concept of like, oh, I love, you know, if I had money of my own, I'd buy a bar or whatever. I love bars. And it turns out to be shit. The same concept, but like a way bigger scale, you know? I love Twitter. Buys Twitter. It's shit now. Blue box, boo! Give me a red box! I could definitely, I don't know. There's like the one conspiracy theory that we're basically like an alien's petri dish. And they're like, or like ant farm, and they're like doing like a school experiment on us or whatever. There's variations of it, but like that's like the gist of it. Like the way we see ants or whatever, that's the way like aliens see us. I could see that. Or like the multiverse theory. It doesn't really like answer like how like the first one came about, but where are you? Blue box, boo! I want red box. Blue box, boo! How many times would I have to say that before it got like annoying? Like a dozen. Every single time it drops a blue box. Blue box. Boo. You want red box. Was that nasally enough or no? Why is always a fucking blue box, too? What the fuck? What is going on? This game's fucking trolling me, man. Well, that one dropped money at least. Like, literally, like the fucking 6 of the last boxes I've gotten are all blue. I think the problem is that we're doing the Eleanor mission. I think that's the problem. Gina would never treat me this way. Or steal my kills constantly. You can't make cat ear girls in this, can ya? Like, even like the cast, they can't have cat ears, can they? I think you can make cat ear girls in Phantasy Star Universe, though. Hey, a green box. Hey, a green box. Alright, we've gotten blue. What is it? Now, next is orange. And then red. Right before 100 runs. Perfect. I do think I'm gonna do Shino runs after I hit 100 though. Instead of like going to Ultimate Mines or something. I'm gonna do Seek My Master. Is it really? I didn't know that. I don't think I have that one yet. Who's that drop from? I think the only two I have are God Body and God Battle. So probably get the Bullclaw one. Well, if I get 2 of them, I can give you one. Or is... wait. Is God Technique one that stacks or no? Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of episode 2. Like, just like in general. So, that's like why I said I get the full claw one. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you don't even need it. For some reason, I thought there was like an item that like increased cast speed. I thought that was like God Technique for whatever reason. Unless God Battle just does that too. B801, okay. Dude, I was watching this dude farm Heaven Strikers the other day on Affinia, and it was like a thing of beauty, man. This guy like had like this like mission like down pat, and he'd sit there and just spam spells, and it's like, you can't tell me that freaking sources don't even scale well late game, because this guy is freaking destroying this area. That's like, every time I bring up like the fact that like all like the speed runs are done by forces, people are like, oh, they don't scale well late game. Oh, is that what it is? I mean, the guy was solo, so maybe that's what it was. It kind of makes me glad they didn't make a force, because I thought about making a force. On Affinia, not on GameCube. GameCube was always going to be a hunter. It was very close to being a Humar named Humar. That was my original character. I know when I was trying to do that tower, someone was in chat and they were sitting there telling me about the resist look of the mob. Where, hey, speaking of Cloud Trekker, they're sitting there telling me about the resist look of the miracles being like 70% for like their week 1. Cloud, I hope your runs have been going better than mine. I'll put it that way. Also, Cloud, I need you to teach me how to do tower on Ultimate as a hunter. Some new memory cards for what? You can make more characters? So I did mean to ask you too. I kept forgetting last time you were here. So, is your overall goal to hunt every rare in the game? I think what you meant to say is Blueful Heaven's Punisher. Because the reason I ask is because, like, Goneril, he's doing, like, what I'm doing. Which is, like, trying to hunt, like, all the section, or the rares, like, a single section ID. And then there's, like, a Japanese dude who's hunting all the uber rares. But that Japanese dude basically said he straight up refused to hunt, like, all the cards. But that guy's also been going at it for like 3 years, and he's gotten 5 uber rares, to give you an idea. So. He's, I think the Japanese dude's like also only playing like Ray Marls, so, but he is using like multiple section IDs. But every time I've seen him, he's not gone on Ray Marl. I don't think there's multiple classes in this game. I think there's just Huneural. Only Huneural, all the time. Bro, please don't fucking tell me you want to play Monster Hunter. No, I just, I love Monster Hunter. I just laugh because like long story short, we used to play Monster Hunter World. Me and my buddy did, and then you know, Monster Hunter Rise is like not as like well received, and we're basically waiting for WoWs to come out. But my buddy's just like, he's like, you know, like when we go to Rise, I'm gonna cut down on days, and so like Rise comes out, and he basically dedicates 3 days to Rise, right? Which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then like Destiny 2 comes out with like a new expansion, so he's like, Monday is like his gaming night with his like old work buddies. Tuesday is reset day, which is today for Destiny 2. So that's like a, you know, day that he wants to play Destiny 2. And then Saturday he raids in Destiny 2, and Sunday he plays Destiny 2. So basically, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is dedicated for Monster Hunter Rise, and the rest of the week, I'm supposed to like, you know, do like whatever, you know, because he doesn't want to play Rise. But like literally like every single day of the week, he's always just like, "Hey, you want to play Monster Hunter tonight?" I'm just like, "What happened to fucking cutting back, bro?" Like, don't get me wrong, I want to play Monster Hunter too, but so I'll probably be switching to Monster Hunter. But yeah, we beat Monster Hunter World together. We killed Fatalis, and you know Fatalis is like the hardest of bosses in that game. So but yeah, we hit what's it freaking called, A2, and then we're MR6. So but yeah, probably usually around 9ish. I'm stuck on the first one. I can't remember which one that is. And it's like the triple miracle spawn is like where I'm stuck. I can't like, yeah. So East Tower then. Um like long story short, like if you like leave that floor, like where you spawn in, there's two of them, and on the far side there's one of them. Well, the problem is like you can't like you have to like I don't know, like you have to like play like the solo one like legitly, and it's like the blue one which has like the faster Megan shot. So I don't know if there's like a tricky like a way to do that better. I don't know. I'm just terrible at fighting those things in general. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have picked a different one after like seeing that Viren. Um, I think I've talked about this before, but basically the reason I picked Redria is because I didn't know like enough about like the meta of this game, because like back when I played I was like a complete noob. And like Redria is the only one that can get God Battle. And people made it sound like God Battle is like you have to have God Battle if you want to be a melee character, basically. So I think, well, like the okay, Cloud. So like the way like Starve like has his like rankings, is like he's got like the rarest categories categorized by SS, S, A, and B, and then like everything else is a C, like on like the list. So like this rare that I'm chasing right now, for example, is considered an A rare. Um, which is actually kind of funny because like the Lavis Cannon that I hunted would be considered like an S rare. Which, don't get me wrong, I got lucky on my Lavis Cannon, so maybe it is an S rare and I just got lucky on it. Um, but so like yeah, that's like he categorizes everything that way and gets like a point. Oh my bad. Whatever. Either way, I wait. Why is Lavis a rare and Magic Stone Iritist is a S? Oh, maybe that's what. Maybe I'm just like inflating everything by one. But yeah, Saber's being a beast. Uh, he was on crack when he made that list. I honestly think Redria card, by the way, will be as bad as Psycho Wand. Yeah, they're not bad, right? Like you just sit there and pipe, and like it takes like 15 minutes to an hour for like a rare to show up, and you have like a 1 in 21 chance to get it. Like, so it's just and like I don't know, piping's like so fucking like brain dead. Like there's a reason I kept doing piping to like fucking relax. Um, but yeah, like you know, there's quests that you can guarantee Grand Sorcerer spawns. So it's just like that's like my whole logic, you know. Whereas like you know, you basically gotta get like lucky, like running through VR spaceship that you're gonna get Grand Sorcerer spawns. I think if you well, so here's the other thing about Star Spreadsheet. If you don't know, he had Quest downloaded to his memory card. And that was like kind of like one of the things like that, like I didn't like, by the way, but you know, I was still cheering him on because like I mean, even with those quests, it's a fucking accomplishment, you know. I think like if he like went through and like did those quest like like got like all the rares, like even like doing those quests. But then like someone like came along without those quests and they did like, you know, got all the rares. Then like I would view like the guy who didn't have those quests. Wait, what? Wait, what? No, I don't. I'm just gonna like. I honestly like, had like no idea how he was clearing tower. That's like why I've said like many times I was gonna go. Yeah, that's Cloud. Funny enough, that's what we talked about. I had no idea about that. That kind of bums me out. I'll be honest with you, like... I'm going for the right arm right now. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a fancy UI like you do. Yeah, and that total kills I have listed. It does not include the runs we did today. So add about 500 to that number up top there. Yay, Pinkle! You want a sweet Pinkle name? I got a sweet Pinkle name. Oh, is Viren a Pinkle name? Oh. Oh. I always forget that fucking Blueburst changes it. I'm so glad that Affinia's like, hey, like, you can change your section ID. I'd be so salty if you couldn't. I put spaces in my name, though, like a dum-dum. This is the last run, by the way. I'm going to switch to Monster Hunter Rise. I streamed that too, just FYI. So feel free to stick around. Appreciate you if you're just here for PSO. Appreciate you anyways. I'll be back on tomorrow with more PSO. Do the standard 100 runs and then find something else to do. I'm probably not going to do 250 runs again because that took a lot out of me. So we'll keep it to 100 runs per day at max. Eventually we'll get it. Maybe we'll get it this run even. Maybe we'll get it off of this Del Saber. Right here in the middle. No. But yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is my weekend, so I'll be on all weekend. Not too much. How you doing?
Boy! What the fuck are they going on about? That video I just sent you was kind of crazy. To sum it all up, instead of having an emulator emulate being an N64, this guy basically found a way to take these ISOs and just play them like they're a game that you installed normally, natively, which then allows the whole bunch of other shit. It's not like a perfect solution that you can just pop in any game you want without, making it work, but like it basically boils the whole thing down. And then if you know how to do other game things, you can do things like add ray tracing and affect all these other things and fix weird shit that was in the original game that just couldn't be fixed through emulation. And it's